Yo, 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 boys and girls, bitches, hoes, men, women, children, whatever the fuck you are, it's your boy Peter here, aka Peter Freakout 10, baby. And it's time for another update. Hell yeah. There might be some editing in this video because after this I'm going to work and I have a lot to show, but might show a little bit, then I gotta head to work, and then I'm gonna come back here and finish the rest. But wow, do I have a lot to show. First thing, hope you guys enjoyed the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull review. That was a review I worked very hard on. And the next review is coming along the way, Resistance Fall of Man. I'm working on this one right now. Might write it up soon, so you're gonna see my thoughts on that game. And pretty much I got some other stuff I want to review. One of the posters back there that I'm going to show is the main reason why, because I want to get a lot of stuff reviewed in preparation, because I actually am planning on seeing one of those films soon. But boy, do I have a lot to show, because recently I had Christmas and I was going to show them a little bit later, but I also had my birthday as well, so I kind of combined them into one. I have some other stuff coming, but those I'll show in another update, because I like the show a lot. But let's get into what I got. Starting off, I got me two posters right there that I've already framed, and they're for films that I cannot wait to check out. This might take some editing, guys, but yeah. Starting off, the first one I got is for you guys have seen a little bit of it, but it is the remake of My Bloody Valentine, the 3D one. This is a film that I'm really, really interested in. I don't know how you get that in the frame, but it's really big. But yeah, this is a film that I'm really interested in. I really love the original. I thought it was a great-ass horror film. Definitely bloody, gory. Quentin Tarantino himself adores the film, so that should say something. But the original My Bloody Valentine, I thought it was different. I thought it had a lot of uniqueness to it. I thought it was a different slasher film where it wasn't kids. It was more of adults as the main character, and that's what I liked about it. And for the longest time, it has lived on. I know the MPAA really butchered that movie, and that sucks. But thank God, because of this film, we get a special edition with all of the cut footage, so I can't wait to see that. But in terms of this one, this is a remake that I've been really interested in, even though it's directed by Patrick Lussier, same guy who did White Noise 2, a film that is a sequel to a film that I don't even know why it needed a sequel. I hated the first White Noise, but I think this one looks very cool. I'm going to be seeing it Friday with my brother. The 3D on it looks badass. And it definitely looks like a gory film from what I've read of the Fangoria. I don't know if it'll top the original, but I think it'll be a great ride. But the poster I really like. I thought it was a really cool poster. Got these two at my theater because they had like posters to give out, and this was one of them. But yes, that is My Bloody Valentine 3D. I'm going to put this one back, and I'm going to grab the next one. The next one I got... This one I love because I am really, really pumped to see this one. You guys have seen a little bit of it because when I started the video it was right over there. But pretty much this is for a remake for a film I'm checking out soon. I got to review the original, the 6, 7, 8, Jason X, Jason Goes to Hell, and all those in preparation for this one. Because this has been a remake that I have just been super pumped for. I thought it looked really cool. Even the trailer on it that I saw looked awesome. It looks like it delivers the good, especially with the director, who I think is a fantastic director. And I just can't wait to check this film out. And getting the poster of it, and I love this poster. This makes the film look badass. It is Friday the 13th. Sorry, you guys got that glare in it. But yeah, Friday the 13th, the remake. Yeah, I'm really pumped for this movie. I think it looks cool. I like what they did with Jason in this movie. Derek Mears looks badass in this film. I like the look of it. Directed by Marcus Nispel, the same guy who did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Let me just get it back so you guys can get a good look at it. But yeah, I got this one framed. I love just the color scheme on this one. I think it's a really cool looking poster. I like the tagline, "Welcome to Crystal Lake," and just just the thing there. Jason just standing there with the machete, looking up. That's all you need when you talk with Friday the 13th. Just Jason with the machete, all that and everything. And it just looks like such a badass film. I can't wait to review it. Definitely one of the films I cannot wait to review this year. But those are the two posters that I got. Be on the lookout for reviews of those films. And now getting into the stuff I got. Starting off, speaking of Jason, here's a hat that I got. This is of Jason Voorhees with the two machetes. Really can't wait to wear this. Might wear this when I see the movie, but very cool looking hat. Like the designs of the two machetes going through and the hockey masks. So yeah, there's that. Now on to the stuff I got. And I got like one book, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. Or 9, 10, I should say. But I got one book, 10 games, one VHS tape, and one Blu-ray, and some DVDs as well. And we're going to get to those. But the first thing that I got, this is a book that my mom got me for Christmas, and it is Quentin Tarantino's Cinema Speculation. This looks like a very cool book. Definitely plan to read this soon because I think Quentin Tarantino is a phenomenal filmmaker, and just this year I want to read more up into stuff for when I do my review so I can get some new ideas for stuff. And I think this looks like a really cool place to look into. I like just how he is with filmmaking and all that, and just the things around him, and just how he views things, and the movies that he picks and everything. There could be some cool horror films in here, and just makes me really, really interested in checking the book out. So I might read this on my off time when I'm on break at work. So yeah, that is Quentin Tarantino, Cinema Speculation. And now on to the games that I got. And the first game that I got, this is one that I didn't think I'd get, but I saw it in the buyback and everything, and I figured why not pick it up. It looked very cool, and it is a game that I went in completely blind with, and I'm really enjoying it. And it is Mirror's Edge. I got this for PS3. It's also on the PC and Xbox 360. Basically, you're this girl called Faith who basically is running across the rooftops as this organization's hunting down these people they call runners that do parkour on these buildings and everything. It looks like a really interesting game, and I'm really excited to check it out, continue more of it, because so far it's been really fun. The combat's really interesting, and the music is very relaxing too. And I'll say Faith is hot, I'll say. So yeah, that is Mirror's Edge on the PS3. It's the first game I got. This is one that I've been really, really pumped to check out. This is one of the reasons why I'm reviewing the first game right now, even though I got this game. I got the collector's edition of it. I was going to do an unboxing of it, but unfortunately the audio came out wrong, so I have it in this style, so there was no unboxing for it. But this is a game that I've been really, really pumped to play. I know this one, from what I hear of people, they always seem to give this game a sour review because of the differences it was from the differences it made from the first one. But I really think, to me personally, I think it's a little bit better. And the collector's edition itself is definitely a lot of fun to have. And I even got the figure of it. I got the bonus disc right here, and it is Resistance 2. This is a PS3 exclusive, but so far of what I've been playing this game, I love this game. I think it's one of the best shooters on the PS3, and so far I think one of the best shooters on the 7th generation consoles. I think it's right up there with COD 4 and bonus disc right here, and I got the figure of one of the Chimera right here. A very cool designed figure. Oh, I dropped the gun. But It's very weird. It's not like that. The only thing about the figure is that there's no like, it doesn't hold it like a typical figure. Like say the Freddy versus Jason figure I have. There's no little places in the fingers to hold the machete or the gun in this case. It's not like that. But yeah, I got that with it. I got the collector's edition. I also got the art book in there. But yeah, I love this game. I think it's a much improved game over the first. I think the world is a lot better. I like the guns in this are definitely fun. The boss fights so far are a lot of fun. It's a lot bloodier than the first. There's some cool gore in it. And the co-op mode, even though there's some people working on the servers, go check out these guys on PS.org and give them support. They are working their ass off to get the servers going so we could do co-op going, get co-op going and play that. But basically in this game, you once again play as Nathan Hale after the first one, and basically they're taking the fight to America as now the Chimera have invaded there, and they basically have to go in and destroy and kill them all and everything. That's what I know so far. But yeah, much better, much funner to play. The controls feel better, and I can't wait to get around to trying the co-op and the multiplayer. The biggest selling point is that it's 60-player co-op, which is a lot compared to the first, which was 40 players, so there's definitely a size difference there. But that is Resistance 2. Really great sequel so far. Really can't wait to get around to it and beat it. But now on to the 2 360 games I got. Speaking of Call of Duty, I also picked up Call of Duty World at War. Now, for those who don't know, about a year ago, or almost a year ago, I reviewed Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and I adore that game. I think that's one of the best shooters ever. I'm still playing it. But when they announced this, I was sort of like, they're going back to World War II. It definitely doesn't seem like it's doing anything as revolutionary as what they did with that game. But I was willing to give it a chance because they had some new stuff going for it. And I think this is a great sequel. I don't think it's as good as COD 4. I think COD 4 has a little bit more to it. But World at War, I think, is a great game. It's definitely a much grimmer game than COD 4, especially with the opening scene, which I'll talk about. I haven't beaten it yet because I wanted to show it for this video. But I really like this game so far. Basically, you play as the Americans and a Russian soldier, and each have their own story during World War II. I do like the fact that they managed to differentiate this game from COD 4. It's a lot darker in its tone. It's definitely, while COD 4 was grimy, this one is definitely, it definitely puts you right in the action. It's more in your face with how grimy and gritty war is, whereas COD 4 did that in a way where it was like, yeah, you get it, but it's not that. But it's still a fun game. It definitely is a fun game in its own way. I respect it for that. They did a good job mirroring the controls of COD 4. I'll get deeper into my review, but so far the only con I can say is that there are moments where you can see that they are working with a new engine, and that, from what I gather, the budget wasn't up there with COD 4's engine, with COD 4's budget, I should say. But overall, I think it's definitely a fun game, and the Nazi zombie stuff is fun, and the multiplayer is still great fun. But we'll play more of that, and I'll give a review of it. I haven't beaten it yet again, but last 360 game I got that I just started about a week ago on my day off, Silent Hill Homecoming. This is an interesting one. I still think Silent Hill 2 is my favorite, but for what this one is, it definitely is a fun one. It's also on PS3 and a PC, but so far in this one, I like the idea of it. I like the fact that it's a soldier coming home and all this weird shit's going on. I played the first few minutes of it, and it's been really creepy, especially the basement part where you see the dad chopping up the bodies. But still, definitely an interesting game, and I definitely can't wait to play more of it. But it's interesting. The graphics look great so far. The control well. And for what it is, I think it offers up a lot. So, yeah, that's that's basically, I'm going to take a break right now, guys. I'm going to be right back. I just got to put some stuff back. But yeah, in the next video, we'll go over the rest of the games, and then I'll show the other stuff I got. All right, now continuing on with the games, finishing up. Actually going to show this game first because I thought this actually looked very funny, so I picked it up. And this is a sort of wrestling game, and it's in the title, and it's very off the wall. I think this is based on a show or something. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. But it is backyard wrestling. Don't try this at home. Basically, you pick some rockers and some other people, and you fight them and everything, and it looks like a funny game. Definitely one that looks so crazy and off the wall. Definitely looks like a Robot Chicken parody of these sort of games like BMX Triple X. And it could be fun. You got some cool fighting moves. You get some cool characters to fight. You get some songs by Andrew WK, Sum 41, The Insane Clown Posse, Rancid, Bowling for Soup, Ship, Spine Shank, and more. And there's some destructible environments. So yeah, that one we might give a try. And this is one that I got that I already had, but you know what? I figured why not upgrade to the Wii edition, because this is a fantastic horror game, and I might start playing it soon in preparation for the next game. But this one looks fun. Definitely looks like a fun addition to this series. Definitely a game that I really enjoy, and I really want to get around to review it. I just haven't had the time to actually continue playing it, but with 5 coming along the way, might replay it, and that is Resident Evil 4. This is the Wii edition. What more can be said about Resident Evil 4 except it is one of the best survival horror games ever. I don't know. Here's the thing. It's Dead Space, I do think, did some stuff better than this game, but I still think it's a fantastic game. I know it's because it plays a little bit like Dead Space. I think Dead Space has a little bit more of a creepier atmosphere because I like the movie Event Horizon. But for what this is, I think it's a fantastic game. It's still second place. Second place isn't bad. And I like the feel of this game. I like the mood. I like the atmosphere. It's great in its own way, too. So, yeah, definitely great to have this for the Wii. Might start playing it soon. So, yeah. This is one I've been dying to get ever since I first heard it was coming for the Wii. And I like these sort of arcade games. And with Overkill, I really want to play, coming along the way, I really want to play this first. And that is House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return. Basically, this is an arcade shooter that is basically House of the Dead at home. You can go out, shoot stuff, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, definitely looks like a fun one. I remember playing House of the Dead in the arcade. Fuck the Uwe Boll movie. That movie can suck my dick. But definitely looks like a lot funner. So yeah, that's House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return. And last but not least, for the games, is none other than one that I've been actually interested in getting since I've been looking for some first-person shooter games. I know there's one coming called The Conduit that I actually want to play, but I want to get some first-person shooters for the Wii, and this is Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Metroid Prime, I think, is my favorite Metroid series. I still got to get Metroid Prime 2, but definitely love these games, and definitely great to have the third one, especially on the Wii. Definitely looks like a good one. So, yeah. For those wondering, for some reason here it writes Fulton. I don't know why it says it there. That's very weird and everything, but yeah. But those are the games I got. Got a great amount of stuff, and now on to the one VHS tape I have, and the one Blu-ray and the movies and everything. And pretty much next, the VHS tape I got. This is a film that is a sequel to one that I already have. I showed it in an update long ago. And I remember I saw this one long ago when I was a kid, and I always kind of liked this one better than the first. I still like the first, but I think that this one, to me, I had a little bit more fun with, and that is Grumpier Old Men. I don't know if I would call it the best comedy of the year, but it definitely is a funny one. Basically now, basically directed by Howard Ditch, who I think is the guy who did Odd Couple 2, and I think he would also do My Best Friend's Girl. I could be wrong, but basically in this one, it's now the springtime. In the first one, it was set during the winter or midsummer, winter, summer, going into fall, because there's a scene that takes place around Halloween in this one. And basically, they find out that this woman's bought the bait shop that their friend died at, and they basically have to basically find a way to keep it from getting her. But Walter Matthau's character kind of develops a crush on her. This really seems like they're doing another one of those sequels where they focus on the other character, that sort of approach. But yeah, I always enjoyed this one. I'll do a review of it on the future. And a very good cast, too. Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau come back. Anne Margaret comes back. Kevin Pollak and Daryl Hannah come back. You also have Sophia Loren in this one. So yeah, that could be interesting to watch. But moving on to the next film that I got. This is one that I'm working on a review for next. And very glad that I got the Blu-ray. Gonna do it after I do the My Bloody Valentine review and the Resistance review, so be on the lookout for those. But this is one that that I heard about. I remember I saw the Super Bowl spot for it, and I was really interested in it. I thought it looked really cool. I didn't even know it was a comic book till somebody showed me that it was a comic book. But when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And it is just a great film. It definitely shows the director's talent that is Wanted. Basically a movie that is based on a comic book series by Top Cow, which I've never read, so I don't know the comic. Basically, it's basically this kid, Wesley, played by James McAvoy, who gets like thrust into this organization with Fox, played by the definite Fox, Angelina Jolie, in this movie, who, if you want a nice shot of her ass, definitely see this. So, yeah. But, yeah, basically they go around, they assassinate people, and they show them this thing called Curving the Bullet. This movie is just awesome, and I can't wait to talk about it. It's just a film that has a lot going for it. It's very well made. It's definitely an R-rated film, so it's definitely bloody. There's some good action scenes. Tamir knows how to shoot the movie. Just all around a film that I really enjoyed. I can't wait to get around to reviewing it. And a great cast, too. James McAvoy, Morgan Freeman, Angelina Jolie, Terrence Stamp, Thomas Krishman, Common, and music by Danny Elfman, too. So all around, definitely one you ought to check out if you like the comic book series, if you're one of the few that read it. And definitely get this Blu-ray, too. There's a lot more feature than on the DVD. There's Blu-ray DVD Live. There's motion comics. So if you want to see the comic, what it was like, this Blu-ray has it. And you can see it in motion, Scene Explorer. And you also get some other features like an alternate opening. This is probably what was on the DVD. But assassin profiles, picture-in-picture, casting characters, stunts on the L train, special effects, the art of the impossible, groundbreaking visual effects from imagination to execution, the origins of Wanted, bringing the graphic novel to life through the eyes of a visionary director, Timur Bakambutov, the making of Wanted the game. That's definitely a game I'm going to be getting soon. That one looks insane, but that's Wanted. Definitely can't wait to review that. Gonna do that after I do the My Bloody Valentine one and the Resistance review. Those are what are coming next, so be on the lookout for those. But basically now on to the DVDs, and a couple of them were actually recommended to me by my cousin that I picked up. And the next one is one of those films. This one I actually thought looked very cool, definitely sounded like a crazy film, and that is 8mm. Basically directed by Joel Schumacher, same guy who did Batman Forever, A Time to Kill, and The Client, Fallen Down, all those great movies. he told me that this film was insane, and basically he had to shut it off. I thought it sounded really interesting. But for those who have never seen 8mm, because I know there's some who haven't, basically it's Nicolas Cage who basically finds out about this death that happened, and it's basically he finds out that it's all connected to this snuff film sort of deal and everything, and he's trying to figure out this whole way of it and everything, trying to get around it. Sounds like a crazy film, and definitely sounds like something different, but basically great cast too. Nicolas Cage from Con Air and Face Off and so many other films. But great actor. Joaquin Phoenix would go on to be in Signs and Brother Bears in this. James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano himself is in this. Peter Stormare from Constantine. Anthony Held. Just a great damn cast, and very good DVD too. First thing it comes with is a little booklet telling you the behind the scenes and everything. But in terms of features, what you get is a 2 theatrical trailer, making of featurette, a commentary by the director Joel Schumacher, and talent and filmographies. So, yeah, there's some good stuff too. It's not an all-out special edition, but definitely one you ought to check out if you're into that stuff. Now on to a couple comedies that I actually saw this year and I loved. I'm going to put these two into the same vein and everything, because these are a couple of my favorite comedies that I plan to review this year, that I plan to review soon. And this one, I think, of the movies I watched, this is probably my favorite one. I adore this movie. Pineapple Express. This has become one of my favorite comedies. I adore this movie. This film, I walked in excited and I came out loving it. I think this is the best Seth Rogen film. For David Gordon Green, like, they did a fantastic job directing this. It's funny, has just all around, it has this idea to it that I absolutely adore. And it's raunchy comedy, and it's an action film. That's the way they described it. They wanted it to be a pot version of a Jerry Bruckheimer movie, and they succeeded. Basically, you have Seth Rogen as this guy who basically witnesses a murder, and they connect it to him because he's selling pot, and there's this particular pot that they're making called Pineapple Express, hence the title, that basically connects to him because they're the only guys, him and his drug dealer, played by James Franco, they connected to him because they're the only guys that have it, and now they're basically on the run. And it's just an all-out insane film. But yeah, I love this film, and I can't wait to review it because this is a film in need of a review. So yeah, Pineapple Express, definitely one you gotta check out. I'm really grateful I got this edition because this is the 2-disc edition. You get feature film and special features on this one. And in terms of features, like the DVD itself has both the 2 theatrical and the unrated version. You get commentary with the filmmakers, extended and alternate scenes, a gag reel, the making of Pineapple Express, and on disc 2 you get deleted scenes, more extended and alternate scenes, phone booth, line-orama, direct-orama, item number 9, Sal's apartment, raw footage, rehearsal footage, first table read, a Comic-Con panel, which actually is on YouTube, so check that out. The action of Pineapple Express, Bagley's Best, Red and Jessica's Guide to Marriage, and Injury Report, Stuntmaster Ken. Just all around a film that I adored. I thought it was hilarious, so definitely check this out if you haven't. If you haven't, you're crazy. I gotta say that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, great one. Love Pineapple Express. This one I love too. I don't know what Cool Duder is talking about when he says that Paul Blart Mall Cop was funnier than anything in 2008. But he basically said this was funnier, and one of the other films he actually liked was funny too, and another film I thought was funny. And this is one of those films. I'm not trying to start beef, but makes me question, like, really? You thought that was funny? But this is another one that I found to be really funny, and that is Step Brothers. I love this one too. I thought I had a great time with this. Basically, it's Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Another great venture for Will Ferrell this year of 2008. Along with Semi-Pro. That and Semi-Pro are two of my favorite films. Two of my favorite comedies of 2008. I love this one. Basically, they're two brothers, and basically they're trying to get along and find a living with their parents, and all hell breaks loose. And it's a really damn funny movie. Definitely, it has some good heart too. I'm gonna say that it has some heart too. It may be raunchy, but at the same time, it has its heart in the right place. So can't go wrong there. And definitely a good cast. Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Mary Steenburgen, which she's playing another mother of his, which she did in Elf. Richard Jenkins, Adam Scott, Richard Jenkins from Say It Isn't So, and Mary Steenburgen from a bunch of other films. Clifford, which actually I'm going to show later. Catherine Hahn, and so many other people. But in terms of this DVD, you get the R-rated and the unrated version, extended and alternate scenes, linorama, gag reel, boats and hoes. I gotta have me my boats and hoes music video. The Making of Step Brothers, a commentary with Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Adam McKay, a special guest, NBA star Baron Davis, and scored by John Brune. That's the guy who's the special guest. But yeah, that's another one that I'm really pumped to review. So yeah, but yeah, 2008, I gotta say, had the best comedies. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. I really think 2008 really went for it with their comedies, and I really think that was, to me, one of the best years for comedies. One of the better ones too. So yeah, definitely some really great ones. The next film that I got, this is one of my favorite action films of 2008. I absolutely loved this one. I couldn't believe how much hate it got. I didn't even know this was a remake till my brother brought it up to me. But I saw this a week before he went back to college, and I had a ball with this movie. Definitely, I think, one of the most underrated remakes, not horror, out there. One of the most underrated action films, and that is Death Race. I got the Blu-ray version because goddamn is this movie fun. Some of the best car crashes in an action film I've seen probably since Ronin. And basically one of the best films, I gotta say, in a while from Paul W.S. Anderson. This movie has some guts, I think. He's basically this guy. It's basically about this guy played by Jason Statham, who basically gets sent to prison for a murder he didn't do, and basically in order to survive and get out, he has to take part in this car race and everything, where this sort of demolition derby goes on, and basically the cars destroy each other. And that's basically the plot of the film, but it's a damn fun film. It's damn good action. There's some damn good blood in this. Some of them I didn't even expect this movie to go towards. I'm like, holy shit, they did that. So yeah, it's definitely great on Blu-ray too. So if you want to get this film, definitely get the Blu-ray, as you're also going to get some cool ass features too, like you can make your own commentary, text specs. There's also feature commentary with the director, start your engines, making a death race, behind the wheel, dissecting the stunts, and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I love this one. Definitely, I think one of the most underrated films of 2008. Definitely deserved to do a lot better than I think it did. So that's Death Race. But yeah. And moving on back into that, the next one I got, this is one that was actually filmed in an area that my friend worked at, which made me want to check it out. I actually think, with this particular actor, I actually think this is one of the better roles that he's done. I definitely think this was a different role for him, kind of playing it with a little bit of restraint a little bit, and kind of allowing him to spread his wings and play a different character from what he usually plays. And I did kind of like that, and that made me want to check it out. And that is My Best Friend's Girl. This is the unrated version, by the way, for those wondering. But I saw this and I liked it. I don't think it's as funny as some of the other films I got or I'm about to review, but I definitely think it's a funny one. Definitely thought it was definitely a different vehicle for Dane Cook, who is the main lead, as he's this guy who basically... he basically does this job where he basically takes out a girl and basically makes the date horrible, and it makes her realize, oh, I should have stayed with my old guy that I broke up with. And basically his friend, played by Jason Biggs, basically wants him to do it with this girl played by Kate Hudson, which this is much better than fucking Fool's Gold. Basically, he's like, can you do this for Kate Hudson? He does it, but he ends up kind of falling in love with her, and that's pretty much where the film takes off. But I thought it was funny. I'm going to do a review on this another time, so I'm going to put that in the pile of stuff I plan to review. But definitely one that I enjoyed. But that's My Best Friend's Girl. For those wondering, in terms of features, because Lionsgate does some damn good DVDs, commentary with Jason Biggs, the director, and yes, this is directed by Howard Dutch, but the director and the producer and Howard Dutch himself, making it in Beantown, where it all began, the cast guide to dating, deleting extended scenes, The Prom, a teen rite of passage, featurette, A to Z, Professor Turner's sexist rating system. And yeah, there's a good cast in this. Alec Baldwin's in this too. I think he's one of the best parts in this. Dane Cook, Jason Biggs, Lizzie Kaplan. Just all around a funny movie. But that's definitely one I plan to review. So be on the lookout for that. But the next one that I got, this is one that I was interested in, and I like it for what it is. It's not as funny as the other films, and a reason why I wanted to see it is because it's by the people who did another comedy that I like. But this one isn't as funny as that film, but it's all right. You can tell it is, but I figured why not get it for the hell of it. Sad thing, though, is this DVD has nothing on except the gag reel, but it is College. Directed by Deb Hagen, and yeah, you can tell this is a first-time director, but it's all right, the film. It definitely could have been funnier from what I thought it could have been, but basically it's like these three kids. You have the kid from Shredder Man Rules. I think his name is Kevin Covius, it could be. Yeah, who cares? I'll look into it when I do the review. But basically, they're these three kids. They go to a college to basically see what it's like, pretend to be college kids so they can get with the girls and party, and they end up at this fraternity, and this mean-ass fraternity that basically makes them do this stupid shit, sleep in the basement, and they have to lick stuff off, guys. It's really a gross-ass movie, and I'll get into that when I do the review of it. But, yeah, that's College right there. Let me just adjust this real quick. Putting them in order, the stuff I plan to review and everything. But now on to the next one. The next one I got was actually one that a friend of mine got me. This is the Psycho collection. This has Psycho 2, Psycho 3, and Psycho 4. It has the 3 films, and basically I've heard good things about Psycho 2. I know Psycho 3 was directed by Anthony Perkins. Yep, directed by Anthony Perkins, and that was a hard thing for him to do because I think he was going through some sort of illness at the time. Psycho 4 is directed by Mick Garris, so of course it's going to have TV movie quality, but could be good. I like the first Psycho, not one I'm in love with, but it's alright for what it is. But moving on, this is one that I got at Blockbuster. This is a film that I missed when it came out, but since I saw it there, I figured why not pick it up. And it is Shudder. This was one that I was fairly interested in. I didn't get a chance to see it because I had a lot going on around the time, and I had other films I wanted to see, so this kind of flew under my radar. I have heard good things about it from people. Basically, there are these people that are taking pictures and they reveal these weird, creepy stuff in them. It looks interesting. I'll give it a watch and see how it is. Not too many, except Rachel Taylor. Rachel Taylor from See No Evil and the first Transformers in this. But the other guys I don't really know much about. Joshua Jackson's in this. But not too many that really ring a bell to me. This is the unrated version again, and basically what you're going to get is audio commentary by producer, executive Alex Sundell, screenwriter Luke Dawson, and actress Rachel Taylor, A Ghost in the Lens featurette, A Cultural Divide, shooting in Japan, the director Musazaki, because this is directed by Musazaki Oche, A Conversation with Luke Dawson. I don't know if that's related to Shane Dawson, but pretty much A History of Spirit Photography featurette, Create Your Own Phantom Photo featurette, The Hunt for the Haunt Tools and Tips for Ghost Hunting featurette, alternate and deleted scenes, exclusive look at Kiefer Sutherland in Mirrors, which is actually one I want to get. That's another one I want to pick up because I really like that film. But yeah, I already reviewed that too. But that's Shudder. Definitely one I'll check out because I missed that one. But continuing on with the update, the next one was for a game that, well, it's based on a game. It's actually the prequel to a game, and I really love the game. I actually plan to review it. I have it in that pile there. That's one I'm really dying to review and everything. But this is the prequel to that game, and when I heard they were doing this, I actually went out and got it. I really want to get the comic book that they did for this game, but cost a lot, so I'm going to have to get it later. But the game is fantastic, and definitely great to have this too. But that is none other than Dead Space Downfall. Thank you, Mom, for getting this for me. But yeah, basically it's a prequel to the game, and the game, I can't say much about it because this is another one that I actually want to review, but looks very interesting. Looks interesting to see how it came to be. It reminds me, the look a little bit reminds me of the Men in Black, the cartoon. For those who have heard of that, that's basically what it reminds me of. It has that same sort of look to it. It kind of shows how it all came to be, and that's what's making me interested and want to check it out. But that's Dead Space Downfall. We'll definitely, I might put that over there. I want to get around to watching it sometime soon. Might do it when I'm done working out after I make this video, but that's Dead Space Downfall. Turns of features. You get deleted scene, movie trailer, a trailer for the game, cheat codes for the game, isolated soundtrack, a photo gallery, and that's pretty much it. So very light on features, but see how it is later. But here's another one that my friend recommended to me, and I figured why not give this a watch, and that is No Man's Land with Charlie Sheen. Basically, this cop who basically is basically with this Porsche and everything, and basically he's going undercover at this chop shop. It looks interesting. I definitely want to give it a watch, especially with Charlie Sheen being in it because I really like him. Of course, because of All Dogs Go to Heaven too. But you also have D.B. Sweeney in this from Spawn and Dinosaur. Randy Quaid from the National Lampoon Vacation movies and Independence Days. Even a score by Basil Palzadouris. So that's very cool. Very cool. Definitely looks like a fun one. Can't wait to get around to watching that. Again, not much for features because, again, it's MGM, only the 2 theatrical trailer, and that's pretty much it. But same thing with this one. Clifford, another MGM title. Probably have never seen it. Probably those who have seen it probably don't like it. But from what I gather, it is getting a cult following. I know What's-His-Face loves this movie. I know Cool Duder absolutely loves this film. And definitely could see why. I grew up with this movie. I've loved it ever since I was a kid. Really funny. Directed by Paul Flaherty. This is the only film he's done. But... basically, or one of the only films he's done. I could be wrong. But basically, Martin Short is this hellish kid that basically wants to be taken to dinosaur world. And so his parents drop him off with his uncle, played by Charles Grodin, to basically be looked after. And basically what happens is he backs on his promise because of a job and basically starts causing hell for his uncle. And that's basically the plot of Clifford. But I don't know what it is. I love this film. I definitely think it's definitely funny. Definitely has a... It's so crazy that it's funny. And I really like it for that. Martin Short himself playing this little kid. The jokes themselves. A lot of them would just never fly today considering how things are in the world. But yeah, Clifford, this is a great one. Great cast too, as I said, Martin Short, Charles Grodin. Martin Short, of course, from Father of the Bride and what was that one? And a bunch of films with Steve Martin. He was also in Santa Claus 3. Charles Grodin from Beethoven and Midnight Run. Mary Steenburgen, who I just talked about. Dabney Coleman, who was the principal in Recess. Definitely a funny one. Definitely give it a chance if you have not seen it. I know there's a lot of people who haven't seen it because it bombed. And the next one that I got, this is another one that a friend of mine recommended. I figured why not give it a watch. I'll definitely review it soon. That is Nothing to Lose. I have never seen this film before. I basically just looked it up. Definitely looks like a funny one. Basically, Tim Robbins is in it as this advertising executive who gets fired, and basically he's trying to basically get his career back with the help of this guy played by Martin Lawrence to break the story, and all hell breaks loose. Directed by Steven Odekirk, surprisingly. Same guy who wrote The Nutty Professor and Ace Ventura, both of them. And I think he also did the Jimmy Neutron movie. So, yeah, I'm definitely surprised. So he was a big thing in the 90s and everything. I don't know what he's doing now. That'd be interesting to find out what he's doing now. But Nothing to Lose. This looks funny. Haven't looked too deep into it, but it definitely looks like one I'd enjoy. But sadly, nothing for features, but I'll give my thoughts on it when I review it. But 3 left right now, guys. The next one that I got, this is one that is actually the original version of a film that I reviewed for Halloween, or after Halloween. And I've been wanting to check this film out for quite a while, and when they announced it was hitting DVD, I actually went out and got, and that is Wreck. This is the film that inspired Quarantine. Basically, it's the same plot, but has some minor adjustments that Quarantine later did. But overall, could be fun. Again, the only feature on here, since it's being done from overseas, is a making of. But still, really interested to check that out and see how it is and compare it to Quarantine. And this one I got, it was actually, I found at a pawn shop for like $1. And I got it to add to the vacation collection. The weirdest thing is, it's a horrible movie, but it's dumb fun. Well, not dumb fun. Dumb fun is giving this movie way too much credit, because it has a 2 point something on IMDb. And yes, it does have its blums, but there's some things about it that basically I kind of that have some sentimental value to me, being that this was one that I saw on TV when I was younger, and I actually kind of got some laughs out of it, and that is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. Nowhere near as good as the first, but definitely one that definitely is so bad it's good. Directed by this guy named Nick Mark, and I do think it was a stupid decision to do a vacation sequel without Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo and give it to Cousin Eddie, because Cousin Eddie works as a side character. And yeah, the production design it looks like a green screen at some points. There's a couple parts where you can see like, oh, they just rearranged some furniture, rearranged the design and all that to make it look like they're in Hawaii. But it's a TV movie. I can forgive it for that. It was on NBC, and I think that's why I'm not being as harsh on it. But for what it is, I can watch it for some things, like having some sentimental value, because I remember when I first saw this on TV when we were moving, and kind of got me through that tough time, got me a laugh. It's definitely not as funny as the other one, because after they played this, they put the first one on. But for what it is, you could do a hell of a lot worse or something. But yeah, it's so bad it's good in some aspects. Even though I don't like saying that. When I like a movie, I like it. This is one that I picked up. I know my cousin thinks, or my friend thinks, this is one of the most overrated films ever. But pretty much figured, why not give it a watch? This is another one that I actually plan on reviewing. Saw it over the summer, ended the summer with this movie, and I actually gotta say, I really thought this was a damn funny-ass movie. It's not the funniest one. I don't agree with Cool Dude who said this was funnier. Of course, you guys know what it is. It's Tropic Thunder. But I don't agree with Cool Dude who said this was funnier than Goddamn on... Just trying to remember what he called it on Pineapple Express. I can't believe I forgot that. But I think it's funny for what it is. Basically, it's these actors who go into this area and they basically get involved in this war and everything because they're trying to shape them up for the movie and everything. But I think it's a funny film. I know this got a lot of controversy because in the film you have Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface and everything. And yeah, that's definitely something that I was like, wow, they did it, but I kind of got some laughs out of it. It's a damn funny film, and I get the message that it's trying to be. And in terms of features, you got a buttload of stuff on this. Filmmaker and cast commentaries, Before the Thunder, The Hot LZ, Blowing Shit Up, Designing the Thunder, The Cast of Tropic Thunder, Reign of Madness, Dispatches from the Edge of Madness, Deleting Extended Scenes, Alternate Ending, MTV Movie Awards, Tropic Thunder, Full Mags, Video Rehearsals. And a damn big cast in this, too. As I said, Ben Stiller, who also directed this, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr., Steve Coogan, Jay Baruchel, Danny McBride, Brandon T. Jackson, Bill Hader's also in this, Nick Nolte, Tom Cruise is in this, too. Just all around a good one. So yeah, definitely not the funniest film I've seen this year, but definitely one that I got a lot of laughs out of. And I'll give my thoughts on that. That's another one I'll put into the review pile right there. Oh no, stuff there, gotta move. But yeah, the last film that I got, this is one that my cousin has talked with me about, and one that I actually thought looked very cool. I like Christian Slater, and I thought this looked like a really fun one, definitely different, and it is Cuffs. Again, a bare bones DVD, but you know what? I have the movie. This looks like a funny one. Basically, Christian Slater is this guy who basically... his brother gets murdered, and basically he's trying to figure out who killed his brother, and basically Basically, his character's name is George Cuffs, and basically, he's basically been handed his brother's place and everything, is his role as a cop, and he's trying to figure out who killed his brother. Just all around a funny one. Again, Christian Slater, who's been in Mobsters, that piece of shit Alone in the Dark, Pump Up the Volume, among many others. Mila Jovovich is also in this. Bruce Boxelenter. Tony Goldwyn, who's going to be in the Last House on the Left remake. Really pumped to see that. It looks like a funny one. Could have some moments. Definitely has this self-aware, talking to the camera sort of vibe, like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. But, yeah, this is definitely one I can't wait to check out. But, yeah. That is my update. And, oh my god, it was a big one. Definitely a lot that I plan to review and talk about. If you guys have seen any of these films, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know you guys' thoughts on them. With that being said, I will see you guys later. Don't forget to let me know if you guys have seen any of these films. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on the wonderful world of YouTube. Bye.